G'day YouTubers, this is a really short video on how you can stop water leaking through the zipper on your clears. I've had this problem ever since I've had the bait. It's a really good bait, but when you put the clears down, put the zipper across and it's raining really heavy or you've got a lot of water splashing up over the screen, the water gets through the cloth on the zipper and drifts down onto the dashboard, but more importantly it drifts down onto the touchscreen on my Raymarine GPS. And of course when water's running across the touchscreen, everything goes bananas. It's for that reason that I bought a Raymarine unit that I could turn the touchscreen off and use the controls on the side instead. However, it's still annoying. I do like the touchscreen feature and I wanted to stop the water. This is what I've come up with and it seems to work. What I did was, first of all, I put a heap of zip leave on the zipper. It's basically just Vaseline, I think, in a tube that you can squeeze out. And then you work your zipper backwards and forwards to make sure it gets in all the teeth. That way none of this stuff's going to get in and stick to the teeth. The biggest problem I had with this was that the nozzle doesn't come with a piece of tubing like CRC can does, or all the spray oil cans do. It doesn't have a piece of tubing so you can direct it into a tiny spot. I guess they figure you don't need it, but for this job you do. I tried the tubing that comes with the CRC cans and every other can I have, and they didn't work. They were all too small to fit that nozzle. I think what would work would be something like, well, not the ink tube out of a Bic biro, they're a bit thick, but you used to be able to get ink tubes out of some other brand of biro that was a bit thinner. I think one of them would probably work. I don't have any, so I may do. What I did was I stripped the insulation off a piece of electrical wire and use that for the tube. It doesn't quite fit. I've actually got to use two hands and hold it there, but then what you do, and you can see how awkward this gets, you pull your zip down and you just squirt in there so that all of that liquid soaks into the fabric of the zip. And once that's soaked into the fabric of the zip, I'm not going to have any more water getting in. Very important not to get it on the plastic, because once you get it on the plastic it's going to make a mess and your plastic will never be the same again. It'll have that milky look because you won't clean it off properly without damaging your plastic. So if in doubt and you need to do something, you're a bit worried that you might get some on your plastic, if you look up here you can see I did just get a tiny little bit on the edge there. So that was a bit bad, but there's only that one little bit about that long, was the only bit that happened on. I'm not too upset about it. But anyway, if you're in doubt, get some masking tape and run around your plastic. It's well worth the little bit of time it'll take to do that. And once you get that on, no more leaks. That should do it. I've got a little bit of water coming up here, right, where there's a big gap. You can't do anything about that. And another piece on this side where there's a big gap. And again, there's nothing you can do about that. Water's going to come in there, but look at this. It worked a charm. Not a drop of water on that finger. Not a drop of water down here on the dashboard either. How good is that? Well, that's an idea that worked out really well. I'm really happy with that. Sometimes you have a win. The zipper still works, so there we go. Worked a treat. Well, that's it for the video. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch it. I just want to point out, just to be very careful not to get any of that goop on your clears, because once it's on there, it's going to leave a mark and you won't get it off. If you can find a tube to fit into the spray can that actually fastens on there, that's the best bet. But other than that, get some help from someone if you need it. and be very, very careful. Maybe putting a thin smear of some cooking oil or something on your clears might work, but then you've got to clean that off afterwards, so up to you how you want to try it. Just be careful. So as I said, that's it. Until next time, good fishing.